Hi everyone. Today, Kari and I are reading from Warning Signs. I wrote in June 1986. Now, he's been playing pretty hard. Maybe he'll go to sleep. Warning signs. There are many highway signs warning of upcoming trouble. Detour ahead, loose gravel, rough road, construction next 106 mile. They're not the fondest news a driver ever read, but at least warning signs give time to prepare for the worst. Warning signs shouldn't be limited to roadways. Homes should have their own set of warning signs. Anybody approaching our house a couple days ago should have read one in particular. Caution, not so happy homemaker sewing. Ever so often, a sewing fit strikes me. The whole world should be warned. There's no way I can get it out of my system except by sewing. I absolutely hate sewing. I still do. When all my girlfriends in high school were learning how to read a dress pattern, I was in agriculture classes learning what a free martin was. Years later, when Robbie came along, I tried my first pattern, little PJs for tiny Robbie. It took hours and hours, but after a lot of stitching and ripping, Robbie had his mom-made PJs. Good thing he was so little and only wore them in the dark. The sight of my creation could have ruined him for life. I haven't sewn much these last few years except for patching, and then only when absolutely necessary. The other day that changed. That's when a sewing fit struck me down. Warning. I was attempting to sew another outfit for Robbie. I cut and stitched and ripped. Warning. Sewed and ripped. Warning. Ripped and ripped. Big time warning. I mean, how many wrong ways can a person put in a sleeve? I was not so happy. Sick as I was with sewing fever, no one should have been allowed near the door, but there was no warning sign posted. People, usually children, came and went through our house as I worked through my personal frustration. Mommy, can we? Through clenched teeth, I ended their plea. Don't bother me now. Can't you see I'm sewing? Of course, they didn't know I was sewing. I hadn't done any real sewing since Russell was born. They needed a flashing warning sign to know speaking to me meant trouble. Another warning sign should be on my sewing machine posted just for me. Out of order. That machine didn't help me buzz through the material as I hoped. In fact, it added to my frustration. No matter how I adjusted that darn modern contraption, it stitched rows of knots. With hands shaking from failure, I took parts of Robbie's shirt to my usual decorative old treadle, something my grandmother would have used. Finished the project with foot power. As I stitched the last seam, I wondered if Grandma ever needed warning signs. I mean, I had to inherit my own frustration with sewing somewhere. At least genetics would give me someone else to blame. Mom never sewed, so she couldn't teach me. And she patched, though. I think she sewed something for us when we were little, but I think she gave up on that like I did. Sewing is not my thing. Have a good day.